Are you a young and smart content creator that can give your own spin on minimizing fake news and disinformation? Then join ASEAN Rides. Right information saves and empowers. A short video contest where you can stand to win and be part of the ASEAN-wide movement fighting the infodemic. The short video contest will be held across all ASEAN member states. Participants may be individuals or a group with a maximum of 3 members. Must be a Filipino citizen aged between 18 and 25 years old and must have a Facebook account and a YouTube channel. Participants will create a 1-minute video on the negative effects of fake news and on how right information saves and empowers. Upload your entries on the YouTube channel. Register online through the link provided at the Youth for Truth PH Facebook page. There, contestants will be asked to provide the link to the unlisted YouTube video as their contest entry. From all the entries, 10 finalists will be selected. The 10 finalists will be then asked to upload high-quality versions of their videos. They will also be asked to provide an official poster. Winners will be determined by a panel of judges. First place winner will receive $1,500 US. Second place will receive $1,000 US, while third will receive $500 US. A special Judges Prize awardee will be awarded at $100 US. For more details, visit the Youth for Truth Facebook page at www.facebook.com/YouthForTruthPH. Be the right information that saves and empowers.
To all film and media students or practitioners, young professionals and amateur filmmakers, are you interested in gender development related issues? The Real Revolution, Young Filipino Filmmakers Film Workshops and Festival is for you. This is a collaborative project of the MJEC members led by PCOO, aiming to hone the skills of youth like you by conducting workshops that would walk you through the entire production process. 5 workshops will be conducted this year. The Creative Producing Workshop on April 30, MJEC 101 on May 5, Story Development Workshop on May 13, Safe Filming Workshop on May 21st, and Editing Workshop on May 28th. Featuring esteemed guest speakers who are experts on each topic. This project will be concluded with a film festival. The films to be produced or submitted must be 5 to 10 minutes long, with a plot that addresses social issues concerning women and their current status, and also raise awareness on advocacies for women empowerment and gender development. To qualify for the short filmmaking contest and be part of the festival, you must form a group of 3 members from ages 18 to 30. Your short film entries will be judged based on this criteria: 50% messaging or relevance to the theme, portrayal of women empowerment or gender issues, 20% originality and creativity of concept, 10% technical aspects such as cinematography, musical scoring, editing, production design, and the like. 5% is impact to the youth, 5% compliance to the mechanics, for a total of 100%. Submit your short film entries on or before May 20th, 2022 and get the chance to win these exciting prizes at the Real Revolution Film Festival on June 18, 2022. All entries must be submitted online. Send us your intent by signing up and sending your application through the link on the screen. For more information and updates, visit and like the Youth for Truth Facebook page. Once again, this is Real Revolution, Young Filipino Filmmakers Film Workshops and Festival.
Ano nga ba ang Freedom of Information? Ang Executive Order para sa Freedom of Information ay nagsasabatas sa pagbubukas ng mga pampublikong dokumento para sa lahat. Ang bawat Pilipino ay may access na sa mga talaan, dokumento, papeles, at datos para sa research ng gobyerno. Dahil sa FOI, makukuha mo na ang mga impormasyon mula sa gobyerno na makatutulong sa lahat ng Pilipino. Tumungo sa www.foi.gov.ph para sa karagdagang impormasyon.
Hindi. Walang batas na nagsasaad na requirements ang pagiging botante ng isang lugar para makakuha ng barangay clearance. Hindi na siya kailangan bago makapagpatayo ng negosyo o makapagpasagawa ng aktibidad sa isang barangay. Ang voter's ID ay maaaring ipresenta kung ito naman ay available. Subalit hindi ito mandatory upang ikaw ay makakuha ng barangay clearance. Tandaan, ang pagiging botante ng isang barangay ay hindi batayan para makakuha o mabigyan ka ng barangay clearance. Ito man ay para sa pagninegosyo o iba pang layunin.
iniliwanag po natin, wala pong COVID-19 vaccination exemption card na inalabas ang pamahalaan. Hindi po yan i-honor ng mga LGU o kaya man ng DILG. Walang ganun mga kadagyaw. Dapat lahat ay mabakunahan kontra COVID-19 at magkaroon ng vaccination card anumang alert level sa inyong lugar. Walang exemption. Isang malaking fake news po yan.
Ano nga ba ang Freedom of Information? Ang executive order para sa Freedom of Information ay nagsasabatas sa pagbubukas ng mga pampublikong dokumento para sa lahat. Ang bawat Pilipino ay may access na sa mga talaan, dokumento, papeles, at datos para sa research ng gobyerno. Dahil sa FOI, makukuha mo na ang mga impormasyon mula sa gobyerno na makatutulong sa lahat ng Pilipino. Tumungo sa www.foi.gov.ph para sa karagdagang impormasyon.
Good morning, everyone. To all our OGP stakeholders in government and non-government all over the country, welcome to the culminating activity of the Philippine Open Government Week 2022. Engage, empower, exemplify, championing open governance in changing times. The Philippines have consistently participated since when the celebration started 5 years ago, and we are very thankful to all of you for joining us on this occasion as one PH-OGP family as we celebrate open government together with the other 78 member countries of the partnership worldwide. Before I proceed, I would like to greet everyone joining us in Zoom, as well as those watching us live via the Facebook pages of Philippine Open Government Partnership and Caucus of Development NGO networks. We are very grateful for your presence and support up to the last day of the Philippine Open Gov Week 2022. We hope that you still join us in the future engagements of PH-OGP, and hopefully by that time, we will be able to see each other in person. But for now, we are very glad that despite the limitations, you still find time to participate in our activities. Previously, we have conducted sessions which have underscored this year's theme of championing open governance despite the many challenges and changes in our political, social, and economic landscape. And across any setting, it has been proven that open government principles will continue and will always remain relevant. Today, we are about to close our celebration, but our work in the OGP will not end here, as we hope to bring in today more inspiration to even more strengthen our position by highlighting and recognizing paragons of excellence when it comes to pushing for PH-OGP reforms and advocacies. Together, we will be celebrating the hard work and dedication of our government and non-government partners and organizations who have continuously contributed to the successful implementation of the Open Government Partnership in the Philippines. To officially start our program, let me call on the ever-supportive steering committee member representing the Luzon CSO Group, the chairperson of Coalition for Bicol Development, and the chairperson of Caucus of Development NGO Networks. Let us call on Ms. Aurora Reyes Chavez. Let us give her a virtual applause.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Welcome to the culminating session of this year's Open Government Week. I was tasked to deliver an inspirational message before we proceed with today's program. In my mind, this could be an easy task because I know everyone here. From my colleagues at the steering committee, the National Action Plan commitment holders, active OGP partners and advocates from both government and non-government sectors, we are all continuously inspired to carry out our pledge of pushing the boundaries of governance and embracing open government. But then again, as clearly stated in our theme for this year's Open Government Week, we are in changing times. And these changing times can either inspire or uninspire even the staunchest believers in us. Let me first cite what I see will be important changes in the coming days and months. The country just had its national elections early this month, and it's been more than 2 years with the COVID-19 pandemic. Aside from the political change that we are all aware of, we are now slowly easing to the new normal given the current low COVID cases and high vaccination rates. Hopefully, we might be celebrating the Open Government Week face-to-face next year. On the economic front, the impact of the war in Ukraine on prices of basic commodities and oil are still being felt. The new administration has to face the high inflation rates and slow economic growth. In terms of civic space, well, we have yet to see how the current landscape will evolve, but there will definitely be significant changes from my point of view. Furthermore, two important changes are happening in Philippine OGP. First, we are now looking at a 4-year national action plan, which will be co-created this year. And secondly, the Secretariat is now gearing to hold the election for members of the non-government steering committee who will help in setting the direction of PH-OGP until 2026. With these notable changes, let me go back to what I earlier said. They can either inspire or uninspire us. But what is inspiration in the first place? Well, I had to ask my dear friend, Mr. Google, and this is what I gathered. Possibility, and it transforms the way we perceive our own capabilities. But it is okay not to be okay. If some of us is needing inspiration at this point, then look no further. In the next hour or so, we will be recognizing colleagues from government who are our open government champions, our stalwarts whose doors remain open for dialogues, discussions, and constructive engagements, even if some doors have closed. Let us draw inspiration from them. A recent study showed that 7 out of 10 CSOs were affected in varying degrees and levels by the pandemic. Accordingly, we will also be recognizing non-government colleagues who, despite the challenges in terms of resources and competing priorities in their own development work, continue to carry the light for the sectors that they serve and represent. Our indefatigable non-government colleagues are true inspirations and should rightly be recognized. So in this final session of our Open Government Week, let us celebrate and continue to inspire each other. Let us celebrate what we have and continue our efforts to achieve in making government more open, more transparent, more accountable, and more participatory. Let us celebrate the democracy we have and ensure that we'll continue to enjoy. If ever we feel that the odds are not in our favor, let's draw inspiration from these beautiful words of world-renowned poet and advocate Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Kapit pa din mga ka-OGP. Padagos po kita and Diyos mabalos sa entero.
Thank you very much for shining light on us this morning, Ms. Araw. I do believe that the secret behind the significant success of PH-OGP lies in the invaluable service that our partners and the OGP champions have rendered to the Filipino people. Moving on, let's have a quick recap of this year's celebration. Last Monday, May 16, we had the kickoff celebration of the Philippine Open Gov Week focusing on the theme Engage. We had the Commission on Audit Commissioner Roland C. Pondok, who shared with us the successes of the Citizen Participatory Audit Program through his presentation entitled The Power of Participation, How Citizen Engagement Changed the Philippine Auditing Landscape. He reiterated the effectiveness of engaging the citizens in the governance process and the innovations it has applied to encourage ordinary people to take active part in the Philippine auditing process. Just imagine what seemed to be very difficult and almost near to impossible is now a global benchmark in transparency, accountability, and civic participation. Apart from COA, the PH-OGP through the country point of contact, Ms. Clarissa Bautista, has also engaged our stakeholders when she presented the updated participation and co-creation framework of the incoming Philippine Open Government Partnership National Action Plan and its development process and timelines, adopting the latest set of standards set forth by the OGP Steering Committee. In case you missed the announcement, The incoming and succeeding action plans of the PH-OGP will now be adopting a 4-year cycle. So for the sixth NAP, this will be implemented in 2022 to 2026. The consultation activities for the crafting of the OGP Citizens Agenda will commence next month. This is where we will outline priority programs and thematic areas which will be identified by our non-government partners through the consultation activities which will be organized by PH-OGP Non-Government Secretariat Code NGO. It is also during this presentation that Ms. Claire ushered the opening of avenues for co-creation and collaboration through an initial crowdsourcing with stakeholders on their expectations in the 6th PH-OGP NAP through an online engagement activity, the OGP Buzz. And speaking of the OGP Buzz, we will also be announcing the winners of the limited edition Open Gov Week t-shirt later on towards the latter part of the program. So stay tuned because you might be one of the 6 lucky winners. Last Wednesday, May 18, we had the second session of the Open Gov Week emphasizing on the theme Empower through a panel discussion with the topic Trailblazing Reforms and Innovation in Governance, enabling meaningful collaboration through an open and empowering civic space. During this session, we highlighted how an open and empowering civic space helps PH-OGP stakeholders, both in government and non-government, make their advocacies and initiatives be more impactful and felt on the ground. The panel discussion tackled various governance reforms and innovations, and it was participated by a strong roster of panelists from the DILG Assistant Secretary Odilon Pasaraba, ARTA Director General Secretary Jeremiah Belhica, FOI Program Director and PCOO Undersecretary Chris Ablan, CPDG Trustee and Policy Advisor Mr. Sonny Africa, ENET Executive Board Member Professor Flora Arellano, and PhilRA Program Manager Ms. Catlea Itong. So for today, our theme is centered on the word exemplify. This session will highlight both government and non-government's contribution to OGP's more than a decade of existence in the country. The notable agencies and organizations which we are going to recognize today have proven to significantly improve the lives of communities and targeted beneficiaries of their programs and projects which were committed in the PH-OGP platform. This ceremony will also serve as a venue to recognize the people behind the direction of OGP in shaping its ideals and steering its operations. And with no more further ado, let us now proceed with the highlight of this session. We also encourage our participants in Zoom and in Facebook to send your congratulatory messages through the chat box or FB comment section. And to present the first set of recognition, let me now call on the OGP point of contact for the Philippines, Ms. Clarissa T. Bautista. Ms. Claire, the floor is now yours.
Thank you very much, Erica. Our first set of recognition is dedicated to all the hardworking and committed agencies and organizations of the 5th National Action Plan. The National Action Plan covers the period from 2019 to 2022, which contains 10 commitments, 4 of which are continuing or enhanced commitments from the previous action plan, while 6 are new commitments. We have 12 government agencies and 5 non-government organizations who led the efforts and worked together towards achieving the targets and milestones set under these commitments. Allow me to read the certificate. This certificate of recognition is conferred to the name of commitment holder for its continued efforts and commitment to implement name of the commitment and program under the 5th National Action Plan. Given this 20th day of May 2022, during the annual celebration of the Open Government Week in the Philippines, signed the Undersecretary Rolando U. Toledo, Head of PH-OGP Secretariat, and Ms. Andrea Maria Patricia M. Sarenas, Chair of Mindanao Coalition of Development NGO Networks and co-chair of PH-OGP Steering Committees. First off, we have the Department of the Interior and Local Government for the commitment strengthening citizen participation in governmental processes and the program support to local government program. Next is the non-government commitment holder, Philippine Partnership for the Development of Human Resources in Rural Areas, followed by the Department of Budget and Management for the same commitment under the Fiscal Openness Program. Next, we have the Department of Tourism for the same commitment under the Policy Issuance on Local Tourism Development Management. Then we have the Department of Education for the commitment enhancing transparency, accountability, and participation in educational service delivery for the Basic Education Inputs Program. As the non-government commitment holder, we have the CSO Education Cluster represented by Education Network Philippines or ENET. Next agency is the Department of Information and Communications Technology. The commitment is increasing government data utilization through the publication of high-quality data sets for the programs Open Data Philippines and National Government Portal. We have as another agency the Department of Finance for the commitment institutionalizing transparency and accountability in the extractive industries. The program is mainstreaming implementation of Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative or EITI. As a non-government commitment holder, we have the Sectoral Transparency Alliance for Natural Resource Governance in Cebu or STANS. This is followed by the Presidential Communications Operations Office for the commitment passage of the Freedom of Information Law and localizing the Freedom of Information Program. This is under the Freedom of Information Program. Their non-government commitment holder is the Youth Alliance for the Freedom of Information. We have next as a government commitment holder the Department of Labor and Employment for the commitment fostering industrial peace through the proactive and inclusive engagement of workers and employers in the formulation and or review of labor and employment policies. This is under the Tripartisan and Social Dialogue Program. As a non-government co-commitment holder, we have Public Services Labor Independent Confederation, National Public Workers Congress or PSC in Philippines. Next agency is the Department of Social Welfare and Development. The commitment is working together to create a holistic and integrated approach to improving the lives of children and their families. This is under the People-Powered Participatory Development Program. The other agency is the National Commission on Indigenous Peoples, with the commitment ensuring IT mandatory representation in local legislative councils and policy-making bodies. The program is Strategic Communication Advocacy on the revised guidelines for IT mandatory representation. And then we have the Procurement Service, Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System, for the program Stakeholders Engagement in Harnessing the Value of PH's Data. As another commitment holder in government, we have the Commission on Audit for the same commitment. And then the non-government commitment holder, the Focus of Development NGO Networks, who is also our commitment holder for the Project 9. So this is the list of our commitment holders for the 5th National Action Plan. Congratulations to our commitment holders. Thank you for the work that you do in achieving our targets in the action plan. And to everyone here, thank you for joining our Open Gov Week celebration. Back to you, Erica.
Thank you, Ms. Claire. So now may I please request all our commitment holders present in today's session to please open your camera for a photo session. Kindly use also the raise hand feature of the chat box so our tech team may recognize you and add you to the spotlight. Okay, on cue. We have how many panels? All right. Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Please hold your smile since we have several panels. Again, 1, 2, 3. All right. Once more. 1, 2, 3. And the last panel. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much. And now for our next set of recognition, I have the honor to pass on the virtual floor to the Deputy Executive Director of Caucus of Development NGO Networks. We have with us Ms. Mafed.
Thank you, Erica. It is my honor to present this recognition to a group of organizations who volunteered to do the pilot implementation of the third-party monitoring of the 5th National Action Plan. The Commitment Monitoring Group, or CMG, a first of its kind. The CMG was established as a formal and intentional third-party, non-government mechanism for monitoring government commitments that is founded on constructive engagement in order to provide useful insights, suggestions, and the commitment implementation. Allow me to read the Certificate of Recognition. The Certificate of Recognition is compared to the name of the organization for its contribution and voluntary efforts as member of the Commitment Monitoring Group carrying out third-party monitoring activities for the Department of Budget and Management and Department of the Interior and Local Government Commitment under the 5th National Action Plan. Given this 20th day of May 2022, during the annual celebration of the Open Government Week in the Philippines. Signed by Undersecretary Rolando Uteledo, Head of the PH-OGP Secretariat, and Ms. Andrea Maria Patricia Sarenas, Chairperson of Mindanao Coalition of Development NGO Networks, or MINCODE, and Co-Chair of the PH-OGP Steering Committee. Happy to present to you the following CMG members. Unang Hakbang Foundation. Kaisahan na nag-aaruga at may kapansanan, Kainaka, Federation of PWD and Guardians. Nationwide Organization of Visually Impaired, Empowered Ladies, Novel Philippines. Philippine Chamber of Massage Industry for Visually Impaired. Life Heaven Center for Independent Living Incorporated. Social Watch Philippines. ENET Philippines. Consuelo Foundation Incorporated. Teachers Incorporated. Pagtutulungan para sa karapatang pangbata at pinagsamang lakas ng kabataan. Again, congratulations to all CMG members for DBM and DILG commitments under the 5th National Action Plan. Magandang umaga muli sa inyong lahat at Happy OGP Week 2022 to everyone.
Thank you very much, Mav. So again, I would like to request all the CMG members present in our session today to please open your camera and use the raise hand feature of the Zoom so we may add you to the spotlight for a photo session. All right, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much. And congratulations to the members of the CMG of DBM and DILG. Moving on, I have the privilege to introduce the presenter for our third set of recognition. a reformist, and one of the pillars of OGP here in the Philippines. I am now passing on the floor to the Undersecretary of Budget Policy and Strategy Group in the Department of Budget and Management and the Head Secretariat of the PH-OGP, Undersecretary Rolando U. Toledo. Yusek Rolly.
All right. Thank you very much, Erica, and good morning to everyone. Okay, so this recognition is dedicated to the agencies and organizations behind the partnership. They are the government and non-government champions who provide the direction of the OGP in our country, the PH-OGP Steering Committee. The Steering Committee provides guidance and recommendations on how OGP will be implemented in the country and is composed of an equal representation of government and non-government sectors elected and nominated to non-permanent and permanent positions. So I'm very privileged to recognize the Philippines OGP Steering Committee members. They have graciously lent their wisdom and expertise on a voluntary basis to guide and safeguard OGP in the Philippines. So this certificate, I read that this certificate of recognition is conferred to, of course, the name of the organization in grateful recognition of its dedication and commitment to the Philippine Open Government Partnership as a steering committee member from 2019 to 2022. Given this 20th day of May 2022, during the annual celebration of the Open Government Week in the Philippines. Signed yours truly, Undersecretary Rolando U. Toledo, the head of the PH-OGP Secretariat, and Ms. Maria Patricia Serenas, Chair of Mindanao Coalition of Development of NGO Networks and co-chair of the PH-OGP Steering Committee. So may I now call on the list of steering committee for 2019 to 2022. From the government sector, we have the Department of Social Welfare and Development, represented by Secretary Rolando Joselito D. Bautista. Department of Interior and Local Government, represented by Secretary Eduardo M. Año. The National Economic and Development Authority, represented by Secretary Carl Kendrick T. Chua. Office of the Cabinet Secretariat, represented by Acting Cabinet Secretary Melvin A. Matibag. The Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines, represented by Governor Daquila Carlo E. Cua. Office of Senator Grace Poe, represented by the Honorable Senator herself, and the Department of Budget and Management, represented by yours truly. Now for the non-government members, non-government sector, our NCR CSO representative, which is the Unang Hakbang Foundation, represented by Ms. Oli Lucas and Mr. Santi Dumlao. Luzon CSO representative, this is the Coalition for Bicol Development, represented by Ms. Aurora Chavez. Visayas CSO representative, Sectoral Transparency Alliance for Natural Resource Governance in Cebu, represented by Ms. Cecilia Umbay. Mindanao CSO representative, Mindanao Coalition of Development NGO Networks, represented by Ms. Pat Serenas. Continuing representative from previous steering committee, the Kaabag sa Sugbo Foundation, represented by Ms. Cathy Ruiz. Academe representative, LaSalle Institute of Governance, represented by Dr. Ador Torneo. Public Sector Union representative, Public Services Labor Independent Confederation, National Public Workers Congress, represented by Dr. Annie Enriquez Heron. The business group representative, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, represented by Mr. Ruben Pascual, and COCOS of Development NGO Network, Code NGO, represented by Executive Director Denny Lynn Ocampo, Non-Government Secretariat. So congratulations, and thank you for your commitment to the Philippine OGP.
Thank you, Yusek Rolly. Again, I would like to request all the PH-OGP Steering Committee members and the non-government secretariat to open your cameras for a photo session. We have two panels, so kindly hold your smile for a bit. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, for the second panel. 1, 2, 3. All right. Once again, congratulations and thank you very much to our very dedicated PH-OGP Steering Committee members and also to our counterparts in the non-government Code NGO. Finally, we are very fortunate to have with us this morning one of the members of the PH-OGP Steering Committee and the head of the Office of the Cabinet Secretariat to present the last set of special recognition. May I now call on Acting Secretary Melvin A. Matibag to do the honors. Secretary.
Thank you, Ms. Erica, and good morning, everyone. This is a special recognition to the consistent champions and advocates of open government since the formation of partnership in 2021, and when the first action plan was formulated in 2012. These government agencies have been implementing key reforms programs and projects for at least 4 out of 5 action plans and have maximized the PH-OGP platform to advocate the values of OGP. Before we announce the name of the agency, let me read the content of the certificate first. This certificate of recognition is conferred to the agency for exemplifying the OGP values of civic participation, promoting transparency, fighting corruption, empowering citizens, and leveraging on technology to strengthen the government's governance through the implementation of their projects, programs for the period of a cycle PH-OGP Action Plan, given this 20th day of May 2022 during the annual celebration of the Open Government Week in the Philippines. Signed, Under Secretary Rolando U. Toledo, Head of PH-OGP Secretariat, and Ms. Andrea Maria Patricia M. Sarenas, Chair of Mindanao Coalition of Development NGO Networks, Co-Chair of PH-OGP Steering Committee. First to receive the award, Department of Finance, Philippine Extractives Industry Transparency Initiative. The first recognition is given to the department that has been instrumental in the implementation and mainstreaming of the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, or EITI, in the Philippines. Philippine EITI was also recognized at the global arena. For instance, it won the Chairs Award of the EITI Global Conference in 2016 after boosting efforts to maximize transparency and improve its tax monitoring system. EITI is included from NAPS 2 to 5. Folks, a round of applause for the Department of Finance, DOF.
May I now call on our partners in the DOF to kindly open their cameras for a photo session. All right, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, congratulations, DOF PH-EITI.
Next award, Presidential Communications Operations Office Freedom of Information Program. Next, this recognition is given to the government's mechanism, which gives the Filipino citizens access to government information. Through this agency's efforts, an online portal is now available where people can request for information. Several local governments have also pioneered freedom of information through the passage of local FOI ordinances, through this agency's tireless efforts. The FOI program is a commitment in all 5 NAPs, a virtual applause to the Presidential Communications Operations Office through the FOI Project Management Office.
Thank you, CABSEC. Again, may I call on our partners in the PCOO FOI PMO to open their cameras for a photo session. Congratulations, PCOO FOI team. Now, moving forward to our next recognition, Secretary.
Commission on Audit, Citizens Participatory Audit Program. Recipient of OGP Bright Spot Award last 2013 OGP Global Summit and hailed as the first place winner in the Impact Award from the OGP Awards last December 2021. This Citizens Participatory Audit aims to enhance citizens' participation in the public audit process. This initiative is an epitome of citizens' empowerment and engagement as the agency graciously trains citizens and work with them to conduct public audits. CPA is a commitment in all 5 NAPs. Our next agency to be recognized is the Commission on Audit. A virtual applause, please.
Thank you very much, CABSEC. Again, may I now call on our partners in the Commission on Audit CPA Program Management Office to open their cameras for a photo session. All right, at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations once again to the COA CPA team. Onwards to our next recognition. Secretary, you may do the honors, please.
Department of Social Welfare and Development. Next in line is the agency who has initiated commitments in the NAP that empower communities such as the bottom-up budgeting and the Kalahi Seeds program. Address disaster risk concerns through the Disaster Response Operation Monitoring and Information Center. And most recently, in the PIPNAP agency led the conducting participatory action research in partnership with key CSOs to create a holistic and integrated approach to improving the lives of children and their families. This program has been implemented in succession from the start of OGP in the Philippines under the helm of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. A big hand up for the DSWD.
May I now invite all our partners from the Department of Social Welfare and Development to kindly open your cameras for a photo session. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much and congratulations, DSWD. Our next agency will be presented once again by Secretary Melvin. CABSEC.
The Department of the Interior and Local Government. At this point, let us recognize the efforts and committed service of the agency who tirelessly works in embedding open government and citizens' participation at the local level. Some of the reforms the trailblazer and committed in the past NAPs include integrating accountability in local governments through the implementation of the Seal of Good Housekeeping and eventually the Seal of Good Local Governance, bottom-up budgeting, and eventually the Assistance to Municipalities program. Establishment and Empowerment Fund, institutionalizing transparency through the Full Disclosure Policy Program, Kalahi Seeds National Community-Driven Development Program, and currently under the support for the Local Governance Program, folks various initiatives that include the Nagyao Town Hall Session and the Capacity Development Program for CSOs.
And for the last agency, Secretary Melvin.
Last but not the least, this agency has implemented various budget governance reform programs committed from NAPs 1 to 5, such as the mandatory disclosure of budget information in the websites of national departments and agencies, electronic transparency and accountability initiative from lump sum funds project, transparency and accountability initiative, strengthening the internal control system and internal audit in government integrated financial management system, the government manpower information system, national payroll system, harmonized performance management system in government, expand CSO engagement in the budget process, Philippine Open Budget Index, budget reform bill, and the fiscal openness program, a pioneer in changing the culture of government and a staunch advocate of open and participatory governance. A virtual applause for the Department of Budget and Management.
May we now call on our partners from the DBM to kindly open their cameras for a photo session. Okay, at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. For your closing message, CABSEC.
Congratulations to all the agencies who have been consistently in the forefront of open government reform in changing times. Thank you very much. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Secretary Meldon. Once again, congratulations to all our partner agencies and organizations. It is indeed a momentous day to recognize all your efforts and dedication in supporting and advocating for an open and participatory government. We encourage you to be the icons of open governance and to continue your meaningful collaboration and participation in OGP in the years to come. Moving on to the next part of our program. Last May 12, 2022, we launched the OGP Buzz, an online engagement activity open to all OGP stakeholders across all sectors. This activity aims to solicit inputs, suggestions, and recommendations from everyone across all sectors. So we asked them what reform, program, or projects they would like to see in the 6th National Action Plan and why. In the coming months, the PH-OGP will be undertaking the co-creation process in the development of the next action plan, and we value the citizens' voice to make the action plan and the people's plan. And so we are thrilled to announce the winners from those who participated in this activity. If the winners are present here in our Zoom, kindly open your cameras and give us a wave. Our winners are Mr. John Ortiz, Ms. Azariel Sumaya, Mr. Azariel Sumaya, Ms. Suzette Regalado, and Mr. Job Bismonte. The other 2 winners for the Secretariat's choice is still currently being deliberated, and we will be announcing the winners on Monday. Once again, congratulations to all the winners and thank you for your inputs. Makakaasa po kayo that all this will be considered and discussed in the consultation activities for the development of the 6th NAP. You will be notified through Facebook Messenger by the Secretariat on how you can claim the limited edition Open
Government and to our partners in the PH-OGP, especially the members of the steering committee, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat muli. Okay, as we end the PH-OGP Gov Week 2022 celebration, let me thank our speaker from the Commission on Audit for our day 1 sharing on how citizen participation changed the auditing landscape in the country. Our resource persons from the ARTA, PCOO, DILG, CPDG, FILDRA, and ENET for our Day 2 panel discussion on the trailblazing reforms and innovation in governance and our open government champions that we recognize today. Allow me also to thank all of you for being part of the 3-day event, taking time to join via Zoom or watching the events via live stream. Hopefully we can do this on the next Open Government Week with your presence physically. I'm very happy that we achieved our objectives for the celebration. We were able to showcase stories of reformers and pioneers of citizens' participation in government processes, strengthen existing and encourage new partnership through expanded avenues of participation, recognize the valuable contribution of our reformers in advocating open government and provide updates on what we are doing for the 6th National Action Plan co-creation. Indeed, the success of this celebration cannot happen without the guidance of the PH-OGP Steering Committee. The untiring efforts of our team at the Secretariat and our partners, and your active engagement and participation. We had over 100 registered participants and over 700 views combined in our first 2 days session. This goes to show that there is much interest in how we are able to have open government and how we have sustained our efforts at improving citizens' participation in government processes. So not only we are grateful for these interests, we're also hopeful that this interest in participating in government processes, as we continually strive to open our processes, grows and flourishes, especially in the coming months as we embark on the co-creation of the 6th National Action Plan. This action plan will embody what we want to do to address the challenges we face through government and non-government jointly implementing programs and projects that the PH-OGP and you as a citizens actively participating will craft or formulate. We have made headway in open government and citizens' participation since Philippines became a member of the OGP over a decade ago because of your active engagement and the passion with which you involve yourselves. As Saul Alinsky said, citizens' participation is the animating spirit and force in a society predicated on voluntarism. Our sessions today demonstrate this well. Our partners, the reformers and champions in government and non-government, to whom we give recognition, have contributed a lot to the OGP successes. The goals we share as embodied in the action plan have been achieved and will continue to be attained even after the plan cycle because of all of you. We will continue to provide space for engagement and citizens' participation as we strive to fully open government. I'm counting on all of you to help us sustain the gains we have achieved. We cannot do this alone. As we celebrate our achievement, let us affirm our commitment to the task ahead of us. We look forward to our partnership with you in open government. Hindi po natatapos ang engagement sa closing ng Open Government Week celebration. Dito pa lang natin sisimulan at ipagpapatuloy. So once again, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Let us continue to stay safe and healthy. So God bless and mabuhay ang PH-OGP. Magandang umaga po muli sa ating lahat.
Thank you very much, Yusek Rolly, for your words of inspiration. And as what Yusek Rolly has mentioned, the Open Gov Week celebration might end today, but our work in the OGP continues. We hope that we have sparked inspiration and motivation to everyone to continue on strengthening our demands for an open and participatory government. At this point, we would like to hear your thoughts, suggestions, and inputs to further improve our way of conducting activities like this one through the post-event survey flashed on your screen. You may scan the QR code or click the link in the Zoom chat box or Facebook comments section. A certificate of participation will be given to those who will answer the feedback form. And we have another surprise. And so we are still that we are feeling celebratory and very delighted with the Open Gov Week. We will be giving another 2 shirts to the first 2 who will answer the feedback survey form. So we will be notifying you via an email reply on how you may claim your Open Gov Week shirt. All right, so now before we finally close our program, we request everyone to kindly turn on your cameras for a group photo op. All right, we have 2 panels. We have 2 panels. So at the count of 3, can you hold your smile for a bit? 1, 2, 3. All right, again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this has now come to an end. Thank you very much to everyone who participated, and we hope to see you in the next year's Open Gov Week and the upcoming co-creation activities of the 6th NAP in the coming months. This has been Erica Blas, and together, let us all continuously champion and demand for openness and accountability in government through PH-OGP. Thank you very much and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, User Chris.
Are you a young and smart content creator that can give your own spin? Are you a young and smart content creator that can give your own spin on minimizing fake news and disinformation? Then join ASEAN Rides. Right information saves and empowers. A short video contest where you can stand to win and be part of the ASEAN-wide movement fighting the infodemic. The short video contest will be held across all ASEAN member states. Participants may be individuals or a group with a maximum of 3 members. Must be a Filipino citizen aged between 18 and 25 years old and must have a Facebook account and a YouTube channel. Participants will create a 1-minute video on the negative effects of fake news and on how right information saves and empowers. Upload your entries on the YouTube channel. Register online through the link provided at the Youth for Truth PH Facebook page. There, contestants will be asked to provide the link to the unlisted YouTube video as their content entry. From all the entries, 10 finalists will be selected. The 10 finalists will be then asked to upload high-quality versions of their videos. They will also be asked to provide an official poster. Winners will be determined by a panel of judges. First place winner will receive $1,500 US. Second place will receive $1,000 US, while third will receive $500 US. A special judges prize awardee will be awarded at $100 US. For more details, visit the Youth for Truth Facebook page at www.facebook.com/YouthForTruthPH. Be the right information that saves and empowers.
To all film and media students or practitioners, young professionals, and amateur filmmakers, are you interested in gender development related issues? The Real Revolution, Young Filipino Filmmakers Film Workshops and Festival is for you. This is a collaborative project of the MJEC members led by PCOO, aiming to hone the skills of youth like you by conducting workshops that would walk you through the entire production process. 5 workshops will be conducted this year. the Creative Producing Workshop on April 30, MJEC 101 on May 5, Story Development Workshop on May 13, Safe Filming Workshop on May 21st, and Editing Workshop on May 28th, featuring esteemed guest speakers who are experts on each topic. This project will be concluded with a film festival. The films to be produced or submitted must be 5 to 10 minutes long, with a plot that addresses social issues concerning women and their current status, and also raise awareness on advocacies for women empowerment and gender development. To qualify for the short filmmaking contest and be part of the festival, you must form a group of 3 members from ages 18 to 30. Your short film entries will be judged based on this criteria: 50% messaging or relevance to the theme, portrayal of women empowerment or gender issues, 20% originality and creativity of concept, 10% technical aspects such as cinematography, musical scoring, editing, production design, and the like. 5% is impact to the youth, 5% compliance to the mechanics, for a total of 100%. Submit your short film entries on or before May 20th, 2022, and get the chance to win these exciting prizes at the Real Revolution Film Festival on June 18, 2022. All entries must be submitted online. Send us your intent by signing up and